Goch is a national nature reserve on Anglesey. It's almost 100 hectares, the vast majority of which is made up of a large wetland, but associated with that we also have areas of heathland and grassland, hazel woodland and hedgerows. My name's Chris and I'm the Senior Reserve Manager for the North Wales Wildlife Trust. One of the key things about Goch is the tremendous range of habitats here, all really close together. So you've got a big wetland, you've got areas of heathland and hedgerows and grassland, and it's these habitats all close together that make it tremendous for a whole range of wildlife. The Biffa Award has allowed us to make a real step change in the way that we manage the nature reserve, and as we move forward into the 21st century it's really important that Goch is as good as it could be. One of the key areas where we're hoping to make a real big change in the way we manage the site is out on the wetland. This has really suffered from the lack of grazing over sort of decades really. So the fencing will allow us to get the grazing in, but before we do that what we need to do is to give the animals a helping hand. So what we're going to do is get a big machine in that can drive out across the fen. There's low ground pressure, we'll be able to cut and collect all the material, and this will encourage a whole load of new growth that the animals can then come in and graze during the summer months. So that's really important, is to give them that helping hand. So in the long term what we're looking for is to manage the site just solely through grazing. So we've also had to try and maintain access for all our visitors. So there's a large number of gates have gone in and new kissing gates as well, but also the boardwalk. It's one of the most easily accessible of the wetlands on Anglesey, so being able to get people out into the site is great, and it's a really great feeling to get out on the boardwalk and out in the middle of the fen during the summer when the birds are around and the wind's just blowing through the reeds. Burning and fire has traditionally been used to manage quite a number of habitats, so the heathlands and the wetlands would have been burnt at different times of the year. Although we don't do that as often now, we do maintain fire breaks, and the fire breaks help us manage any accidental fires, and the Biffa Award has allowed us to manage those and also extend them, so we're more secure in the way that we manage the site. The Wildlife Trust has a fantastic team of volunteers who help out in managing the site. They're here sort of year round carrying out a whole variety of tasks, and although the Biffa Award has allowed us to make a real big step change in the way we manage the site, in the long term it's the volunteers that will help us manage the site into the future, working alongside the grazing animals, and they can carry out all sorts of tasks like maintaining the boardwalk, checking the gates, checking the fences. So there's a whole range of work that our volunteer team can do. So just to make sure they can do the job properly, we're also planning to invest in some improvements to some of the buildings, and the Biffa Award is allowing us to change the buildings, to make them a bit more cosy for the volunteers and to give them somewhere to store equipment and tools and to function as a base for them, not only on their work parties but also during some of the events that we'll be able to have on the reserve. And finally I'd just like to say another big thank you to the Biffa Award for allowing us to carry out all this work on this really important site that's tremendously well loved by loads and loads of people.